now I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm in the middle of doing something right now. So I picked up the phone, out of respect. I'm actually in the middle of recording the audition tape. I'm about to do another audition tape. Try to go back on this dating show that I went on. And I'm just trying to let y'all know, I don't have a problem coming to y'all event and speaking, but y'all gotta realize I'm a well sought after motivational speaker, and y'all came to me at the last minute. Y'all came to me like 2 weeks beforehand, and I already got stuff on my schedule. I'll be speaking at an elementary school tomorrow, then the day after that, I'm going to a middle school, then I gotta go speak at a Chamber of Commerce meeting. I'm going to some college campuses next week, and I gotta go motivate some college mascots too. Now, you can laugh if you want to, but that's very important. I'm going to tell you why, because March Madness is right around the corner. March Madness. But college basketball. And the college basketball teams feed off of their mascots. So if their mascots are not properly enthusiastic, then that could cost them the game. Now, see, if a college don't have a mascot, is one thing. But if the college have a mascot, and the mascot is not hype, it could throw off the cheerleaders and the fans and the basketball players. It could be a big disaster, and so they want me to come in and motivate the mascots too. We can get you on my calendar maybe about 3 months in advance. Y'all do the culinary work, so y'all cooking the food and everything. Y'all want me to come in? I can help y'all cook the food even better than y'all already cook it already. Like, bring as much of the ingredients with y'all that you're gonna be cooking, cause I can motivate the ingredients too. I know. I didn't even know I could motivate ingredients until maybe about 2.5 months ago. I was over at my cousin's house and I just started motivating the ingredients, you know what I'm saying? And it seemed like everything just tasted better than it normally tasted. So that's what we gonna do. Alright, so I'm gonna highlight y'all later, okay? Alright, okay. As y'all can see, I'm a very busy man, but I think that's a perfect reason why I should be able to come back on y'all show. Once again, this is Doug. I know y'all familiar with me. I've been on the show 2 other times. The first time what happened was, I was on a date with the young lady, and we was having some conversation. I went to the restroom, got up, went to the restroom, came back, and she was gone. I go to schools, I go to zoos, I go motivate animals. So I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then I'm gonna come back. Okay. Okay. All right. Diane. So on the second date though, I came back. Y'all know the second date things worked out with me and Chelsea. Even after the show, we was together and everything. But then Chelsea started getting bossy, man. She started getting bossy, and she started wanting large lump sums of money and everything, like $2,000. You know what I'm saying? $2,000 here, $2,000 there.
All right. I gotta ask you a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Can I borrow $2,000?
$2,000? I just gave you $2,000 like 2 weeks ago. And then before that, I gave you some other money.
What's wrong with it this time? You gave it to me last time.
I'm not going to keep giving you money. I gave you money before, and you be going on these shopping sprees, and you be spending it too quick.
What you mean? If I ask for money, you need to give it to me.
You know what, Chelsea? I don't think this is working out no more. I'm going to have to go ahead and dump you, okay?
Dump me? Me? No, I don't get dumped. I do the dumping. You can't dump me, I'm dumping you.
I don't like all that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So basically what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to come back on the show, because I'm hoping y'all can help me to get connected with a nice young lady. The last other 2 times, y'all just hooked me up with the wrong type of girls. But if y'all hook me up with the right type of girl, I think everything will work out. What's going on? It's Javan Johnson here. You're watching episode number 95 of About 10 Minutes. On a recent episode of About 10 Minutes, I was talking about the stage play Her Story. So I actually have some footage of that play, and you can check it out on volume 4 of The Vault. So that's something you can check out. So one thing I want to talk about today is music. I've shared some of my story in the past as far as my background and kind of how I got into music and whatnot. But I thought I'd talk a little bit more about music today. Now one thing I want to talk about is people's music that I like. And I want to focus on 2 people right now, and it's Andre Crouch and Keith Green. Both those guys wrote and produced Christian music, Christian gospel music. And I really like their stuff during the 70s. Probably my favorite decade of music is probably the 70s style of music. I like horns, I like strings, I like brass, I like that kind of stuff personally. And if you listen to different songs of mine, you may have caught on to that. And so literally, I'm the type of person, I can be watching an old 70s TV show or watching an old 70s movie and hear the soundtrack, different things about it, and that can get me going. I really like that type of thing. Now, Andre Crouch, I like the way that he put together songs. I like the way from a musical composition standpoint that he put together songs. Now, Keith Green, the thing I like about Keith Green, I like his style as well. I like the sound that he had. And I like Keith Green's passion, man. You can really connect with what he was saying. Me personally, I'm a passionate type of person, so I can relate to that. Keith Green would be himself on the track. On one track, he could be extremely serious. Then on another track, he could be extremely goofy. But both of those guys, Andre Crouch and Keith Green, and I think that really encompasses the type of sound that I like. When it's the horns and the strings and the drums and the bass lines, I like that type of thing. And the cool thing about music is there's different processes, because there's like the creation process. You know, when you're writing a song, you know, you write it and you like it. When the song is brand new, no one else has heard it. It hasn't been on YouTube. It hasn't been on the radio yet. You know, nobody else has heard it. So you have that process, the creation process. And then you also, when you actually do a song live, because there's different ways to do songs live. I mean, you can do it off of a track. You can do it with a live band. The important thing about like the live thing is I think it's preparation. When you're doing a live event, is preparation. You know, prepare, and then when you prepare and you do it so much, it almost like becomes second nature to you. When you rehearse a song, you've done different things, but also, you know, be spontaneous and still be led by the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, I like this beat right here. It's a little goofy, but I'm a little goofy, you know what I'm saying? Let's do this. Yeah, let's do it. Do it right, yeah. Hello everybody, I dedicate this song to the born again saints who forsake doing wrong, have changed their wicked behavior, living life with the Savior, sometimes ridiculed for the fruits of their labor.
Now I want to talk about work ethic. And the thing about work ethic is, I mean, I think one of the foundational things to start by seeking God and just asking Him what it is that He wants us to do, about what we should be doing with our lives, to really get before Him and to ask Him for guidance and direction. I think that's important, and it's also important to realize that He's the one who gives us the power to do things. You know, so even after we get going with those assignments, to realize that it's God who gives us that power. So to really to work as unto the Lord. You know, we go about our different tasks. So if you're doing something music related, if you're doing something artistic, if you're drawing, if you're doing a 9 to 5, if you're doing something athletic, you know, whatever it is you're doing, do it as unto the Lord. And then it's also important to be able to persevere, to be relentless, to be resilient, to rely upon the Lord. I mean, one thing you can look at different people, you know, even in different things in life, if you look at different people's biographies, people who have attained certain things, a lot of people have been through challenges in their life. And when we're faced with the challenge, we can either turn around and go the other way, or we can try to overcome the challenge. And then for those of us who are born again Christians, we can go to God. We can go to God, you know, we can rely upon Jesus. We can cast our cares upon Him. And that's a very comforting thing. If you come up against barriers or challenges, don't let that stop you from doing what God has called you to do. You know, the important thing is to keep building, to continue to move forward. I think it's important for us to pray and ask God for wisdom. You know, ask God for wisdom for the different decisions that we're making. You know, because sometimes, you know, it could be one little thing that we're doing wrong. If we just made an adjustment in a certain area, it could totally change some things. You know, and God has that knowledge already, but it's important for us to seek Him and really ask Him about it, and not just to go out and try to do things our way. You know, and then some things are a process too. I mean, some things are a process. I mean, it's like you look at like seed time and harvest. It's like, you know, if you plant a seed, I mean, it takes some time. You know, I mean, it's not like you plant the seed in the ground and then 20 minutes later, you know, the tree just sprouts up like that. I mean, it takes some time. You know, or you can think about a baby being born. You know, there's a process, and so I do think it's also important for us, while we're putting in that work, while we're putting in that time, to learn from that process. I want to thank you for watching episode number 95 of About 10 Minutes. Have a blessed week.